Today is Monday, Parashat Matot-Masei. This coming Shabbat, we're going to be reading two parashiot, Matot and Masei. The beginning of the parasha of Matot, Pasuk reads, Vaydaber Moshe l'Rashei Matot, and Moshe spoke to the heads of the tribes, Livnei Yisrael Lamor, Zeh hadavar asher tziva Hashem, this is what Hashem has commanded. Ish ki dor neder, when a person makes a vow, or yishava shevuah, or he took an oath, Le'esor isa nafsho, when a person makes a promise that he will not benefit from something, or any commitment, any promise, any statement that is made, a person must fulfill it. Lo yahel devaro kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh. Anything that is pronounced, he should fulfill. And lo yachol devaro, he should not make his words mundane. There is a sanctity of speech. Every word that a person makes has value, and the person should fulfill what he said as a commitment, what he made as a promise, what he took as an oath. And interestingly, the beginning of the parasha speaks that Moshe spoke to the heads of the tribes, to the leaders of the people. And it's a very important concept that is applicable, of course, not just to the heads of the tribes, but to every single Jewish person. But unfortunately, there are many times leaders, or call them also politicians, who make all sorts of promises and do not fulfill them. And the idea here is that they have to fulfill the commitments that they made. Those before an election campaign should fulfill after the campaign is over and they take office. But it's not just about Rashei Matot, the heads of the tribes. Maybe it's also mentioning the heads of the tribes because it's such an important subject. It's something that everyone must be very careful with. Any promise, any commitment, any vow that is made is to be kept. And if a person does not keep it, he actually puts, unfortunately, himself or his immediate family at risk. So that's why it's always good to say beli neder, without making the commitment of a neder, and to do a tarat nedarim, which is annulment of the vows. We have a custom to do it Erev Rosh Hashanah, Erev Kippur. Some communities do it even every Friday, but in general, if a person has a vow that he's not able to fulfill, it is highly recommended that he does Hatarat Nedarim, which he goes in front of three people, which constitute a type of a Bittan, that annul the vow for him. The vow can be annulled also by one learned Talmid Chacham, an expert in the subject of Nedarim, who can also find what's called a petach, an opening, which is an opening to say that had you known such and such information, would you have made the neder? And a person says no, and he regrets it, then the neder is annulled by that one person. So there's an incredible power of speech. The words that come out of our mouth create reality. That commitment makes something that we must fulfill. But also Hashem gave us the ability to either one Talmid Chacham or a court of three people, the ability to annul the vow. You know, by them saying Mahul lachem or Mahul lach, Sharu lach, Mutar lach, that statement that is made by the people who are annulling the vow has enough power to undo the vow that was made. And that's about the beginning of the first parasha that we'll read this coming Shabbat. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.